This ain't your ordinary football show. It's the Old Dominion Football Show with Bruce Rader and Coach Bobby Wilder.
It was just what the doctor ordered. Old Dominion tied with Florida International with 23 seconds to play in the game. A great defensive play by Falante Misher. An unexpected interception allowing the great Taylor Heineke to do what he does best. Chuck the ball downfield. A key completion to Zach Pascal, setting up a game-winning field goal. The only problem was Old Dominion was down to its third-string kicker, Satchel Ziffer. No way this guy's going to nail a 28-yarder under all this pressure. He had never kicked a field goal before, but he did this time as the Monarchs scored 10 points in the last 70 seconds of the game. An unbelievable three-point victory against a Conference USA foe. How big was that win? Let's find out. The Old Dominion Football Show starts now. I'm Bruce Rader along with Coach Bobby Wilder. And Coach, we just saw one of the most exciting finishes in college football, but you can only put last week's win in perspective as you enjoy your final bye week, looking ahead to your final two games of the season.
Wow, unbelievable. What a finish, Bruce, to that game. And when you and I have talked about this all year, Bruce, the fourth quarter, there's only one game we've lost this year against Marshall, who's undefeated, that we haven't been right there in the fourth quarter. And to win in dramatic fashion, remember, we had done this at Rice. We kicked a last-second field goal, only with a different kicker. And for our guys to play the way they did at the end of this game, so proud of our players. And the atmosphere was, as you mentioned, it was electric.
And it came on homecoming weekend. You had a packed house of 12th Monarch. You had alumni and plenty of recruits who could be the future of this team.
Yeah, great point, Bruce. And 40th consecutive sellout. We're the only team in the history of college football that's sold out every game we've ever played. We've been on a slide, and the loyalty of our fan base has been incredible. The energy they provided in that game, because you know, Bruce, you were there. We had a lull in the third quarter, and we needed their energy, how loud they were in the fourth quarter. It was inspiring. Big for recruiting. We had 30 of our top recruits there. We had a commitment come out of the weekend, a young man who was there for the game, who saw the atmosphere. So everything the fans gave us for this game, I can't say thank you enough.
So many great performances in that game on Saturday, but none any more impressive than your young kicker, Satchel Ziffer.
I'm laughing because this has been the story of the season. We've had a lot of players, Bruce, that weren't even on the travel team at the start of the year. I mean, Satchel Ziffer is a walk-on. Really interesting story, Bruce. He goes from Pennsylvania in high school, Coastal Carolina in college, transfers to a junior college, then comes to us as a walk-on. He's not even traveling until the middle of the season. And we went into this game, Jarrett Servi, as you know, had been doing everything, punting, kicking. Jarrett just was having a hard time with the kicking. We wanted him to focus on punting, so Satchel ends up going 4 for 4 on extra points and hits this field goal. What a story.
Your defense has taken a lot of shots this year, but not only do they seem to play better throughout the game, better tackling, I thought, but Mr. Misher with the big play at the end.
Wow, and impressive leading up to that, Bruce, is in that fourth quarter, Florida International ran 8 plays for a total of 9 yards. They scored off a drive at the end of the third quarter, and when we needed them, we had to have stops. We're down 35-28. They get a 3-and-out. We get the ball back. We get stopped on fourth down. Another 3-and-out with 4 minutes to go. If our defense doesn't do that, I've got to start burning our timeouts, which we needed at the end, as you know. Another 3-and-out. We score to tie it, and then they go to throw the ball on second down. Falante Misher's smart play comes out of coverage when he recognizes the quarterback's going to go to the back, makes the diving pick, and because our defense saved us the timeouts, Bruce, I was able to use them at the end to set up that game-winning field goal. Really a gutsy performance in the fourth quarter by the defense.
Now, you said here at the beginning of the season that your goal was to win 6 games and at least be in consideration for a bowl invite, and that is now still a reality.
It is still a possibility. I mean, obviously we would have loved to have won all 12 games, but it's been such a challenge this year. But to be 10 games in, Bruce, and still have the opportunity, if we can figure out a way to beat La Tech, which would be a major challenge next week, and then win on the road at Florida Atlantic, we get to 6 wins, and at least we're in the conversation. We're bowl eligible.
And here we are with another bye week. I know your guys would love to play again tomorrow after that big game last Saturday, but how much will another bye week help you with 2 more games left on your schedule?
Yeah, this is really big, Bruce, the way this has worked out, because now what we were able to do this week, we had some guys banged up coming out of this game. and get those guys healed up. But also, Bruce, this morning, what we did this morning was we had what we called a future scrimmage. We took the 70 or so guys that don't get to play on the weekend, went over to the stadium, put them in uniforms. These are guys, Bruce, as you know, we've talked about this during the year, they just run scout team. Each week they're the other team's offense or defense, and just to feel their energy and to get a glimpse into the future of our program, that was really exciting this morning to see that future scrimmage.
Do you do the same routine in regards to what you did during the last bye week?
We didn't, from a recruiting standpoint, Bruce, just a couple of the coaches went out this week. The last time, everybody was gone, scattered across the country, but I kept most of the coaches back to focus on our current players with meetings, getting a little more prep for La Tech because we really need it. And then, as I mentioned, that future scrimmage we had this morning, it was great for all our coaches to be there working with the young guys.
Well, Coach, enjoy the rest because I'm telling you, it's going to be an exciting final 2 weeks of the season, and we're going to be talking about that in the next couple of weeks to come. And still to come tonight, it's another installment of the Coach's Corner. That's where Coach Wilder answers your questions. And how much fun was homecoming? Well, Coach, it was enough
a lot of fun
that we featured the 12th Monarch on this week's 1 Minute Drill. Don't go away.
ODU, 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 ODU,
Well, you know, normally at the end of the 1 Minute Drill, we say goodbye to the Monarch Nation, but today it's time for the Monarch Nation to have their word. Best tailgate food.
Gotta be barbecue.
Barbecue is pretty good.
Polished chicken.
Definitely hot dogs and hamburgers and macaroni and cheese.
Favorite tailgating food is beer, and my favorite thing to drink at a tailgate is beer.
Favorite tailgate activity?
Well, it's in the cooler, but I can't say what it is.
Actually doing cornhole.
Definitely cornhole.
Shot skis.
Best tailgating memory?
Seeing Taylor Heineke and the Old Dominion football team coming around the corner here and high-fiving everybody on the lot. It's awesome.
First sporting event you've ever been to?
Virginia Tech football.
Your best memory as an ODU fan?
Pretty much hanging out with my friends and family, tailgating, watching ODU win.
Where do you see the Monarchs next year?
We have good coaching staff, we have good players, good core, and I love the direction we're going in.
You're going to develop very well as a Division I football team.
Sky's the limit.
Who are the craziest tailgating fans you've ever hung out with?
All my friends here.
Man, we love you, man. We love you.
And that is the Monarch Nation with the 1 Minute Drill. For the ODU Football Show, I'm Nathan Epstein.
ODU, ODU.
All right, this week's Coach's Corner question, Coach, comes to us from James in Hampton, and he asks, Rice and Marshall are two of the hottest teams in Conference USA. They play this Saturday in West Virginia. You've played both teams. Who do you think's going to win?
Wow, that's going to be a matchup, Bruce. I'm looking forward to watching that game. Right now, Marshall is currently 9-0 this season. Rice is on a 6-game winning streak, Bruce. They haven't lost since they played us. I'll give Marshall the edge right now if they can avoid the turnovers. Christian Covington, a potential first-round draft choice, D tackles out for Rice, so that makes a big difference in this game. Thanks for the question.
All right, and don't forget, if you have a question for Coach Wilder, email it to me at bruce.rader@wavy.com. Okay, Coach, word is Taylor Heineke has been invited to play in the East-West Shrine All-Star Game, which seems to be a stepping stone to the NFL. Can you shine some light on that?
I can. I talked to the director of the game this weekend. They're very excited to have Taylor in this game. I'm currently reaching out to the Senior Bowl also to gauge their interest because this game is on the 18th. The East-West, and then on the 25th is the Senior Bowl. And last year, Bruce, the East-West roster, there's 53 on each roster, so it's 106. 73 of those players are currently in the NFL. So this is the best players in the country that the scouts want. And when I talked to the director, they said Taylor Heineke is a player they definitely want in this game.
Because those NFL scouts not only watch the game, but they're generally there all week long watching the players practice.
Yeah, great point by you. Last year they had 260 scouts representing the 32 different teams that were there. You've got general managers there, head coaches, the teams that are out of the playoffs. So there'll be a big interview process throughout the week. And practice is really what it's all about, the practice and interviews. But what a great honor for Taylor Heineke and for our football program.
Well, no game tomorrow, but coming up in 2 weeks is Senior Day, and I know that is always a tough day for you.
Oh, it's sure going to be, Bruce, this year of 15 seniors, including Taylor Heineke. This group, Bruce, has been 41-18 as a program, 2 playoff appearances, a conference championship. They built the foundation, so we're certainly going to miss them, but not yet.
That's right, not yet. Still 2 games to go, but remember, no game tomorrow. We're going to talk about that big game next Friday night, along with ODU's next opponent, tough Louisiana Tech. And until then, along with Coach Bobby Wilder, I'm Bruce Rader. Coach, enjoy your weekend off.
You can count on it.
You'll be watching some college football,
Definitely.
I know.
And a big thank you again, Bruce, to our fans. Unbelievable performance.
Well, we saw that in the 1-minute drill. Have a great weekend. Good night, everybody.